Hi, in this video I'd like to show you how to join some of the fairly thin but tall picture frame molding that is available. I've got some samples here. There's a maple, there's a walnut, a cherry, and I also got a taller poplar sample and a couple of others. And what we're going to do is just work on all of those and then assemble the samples here real quick. Start here. The machine we're using is the Hoffmann MU2P dovetail routing machine. We have it equipped with a W-1 oversized router bit. Oversized means that the bit is slightly larger in diameter than the standard bit, and what that does is it reduces the sideways pressure here when you insert the keys. So on thin molding, this one here for example is about 5/16 of an inch thick. Between 5/16, 3/8 up to about 1/2 inch, you want to use an oversized bit. Above that you can go for standard bit. Also, we have installed our centerline locator here on the machine. That is a machined aluminum block, mounts to the motor bracket in the back, and it gives me an exact center line of where the router bit sits. That can be installed on the MU2 and on the MU2P machine models. It will not fit on the X20 or X25 because the motor bracket is designed differently on those machines. Okay, we start here with the small molding. What you want to do, we're using a W-1 30mm or 1 3/16 key. The molding is about 1.5 inches tall. And what I'm doing is I'll set the key on the miter, and I want to leave about 1/16 of an inch gap or space here to my inside edge. So I'll simply set the key here, and I can mark the center of the key on the back. In this case I'm marking it on the back side of the molding because with my center line finder I can now adjust my center plate right to my mark. If you're using a machine without a center line finder, the best thing to do would be you can mark the center of your key on top, on the face side of the molding, and simply bring the miter plate in and eyeball or aim for the middle of the slot here in the back fence where the router bit comes up, and then make a test cut. Use a short piece of sample molding, make a test cut, join two pieces together. If everything works, run your longer production parts. Okay, so I've got this set up, and like I said, I can use it upside down, line it up, lock it in place, and this is how I'm going to be running my material. My routing height is set on the height stop rod here. Again, a little bit more than the 30mm key. And we're ready to go. Two keyways routed. Like I said, we're within about 1/16 of an inch. That's all the material we need here. And if you assemble your frame for good, you would obviously do it on a flat work surface. We recommend maybe put some mat board down. Also apply a line of glue here on your joint. I'm just going to assemble these here on the machine table for demonstration. So you slide your two parts together. Start the key, and then just carefully tap it over. And there we go. Close the joint right tight. You see there's no splitting or cracking here anywhere because of the oversized router bit that we've used. Get a nice tight joint all the way up and across the face as well. So that is the maple molding. I'm going to do the same thing here real quick with the walnut. It's the same profile, the same size, so there's no need to reset anything. walnut, pulls the joint tight all the way up on the outside. No splits, no cracks, and the face is nice and tight as well. Now the next sample I have here is this molding. Rounded on one side. It's a little bit taller. It's also a little bit heavier in terms of wall thickness, so I can move my keyway a bit over. I would say about 1/8 of an inch from the inside corner. I'll do the same thing. I'll mark my center. And I need to reset my miter plate now. Otherwise I'm not going to be in the right position. Reset my routing height. This time we're using a 40 millimeter or 1 9/16 dovetail key. Nice tight joint on the back, all the way up to the front, and then across the face, we're nice and tight. The next piece of molding I have here, a little bit trickier. It's a poplar that is just about 3 inches tall, and for that we'll use our tall center fence. Tall center fence plate here available. That is a very popular accessory for picture framers for exactly this application. We're using our W-1 2 3/8 or 60 millimeter keys on this. Again, I'm setting them, I hope you can see this, setting them fairly closely to the inside corner. And just make my mark. Use it upside down. To set my location. Make sure I reset my height. Within the 1/16 of an inch here. Keys, as always, have one rounded end that helps you get them started. And there we go. Again, no cracks, no splits on the inside, the back here. Tight all the way up on both sides. You won't need to do any touching up, except this was from the miter cut. And then here on the face side, absolutely tight miter face. So this is your tall shadow box that is difficult to join any other way. Very easy and quick with the dovetail joining system. The last thing I want to show you real quick is a floater frame. And floater frames can have their own challenges when it comes to joining, because you're dealing with a tall and a short or small part. And again, we're using our 1 3/16 or 30 millimeter key in here. And then we're also going to be using our shortest 1/4 inch long 6 millimeter key for the flat portion of the material. gauge. Make sure I get it right. Now, to join molding like this, obviously you're fighting with the tendency of it wanting to drop down as soon as you start hammering. There's a couple of different ways you can deal with this. In any instance, you need to support the inside edge here to keep that from dropping down. And you can do it, we've tried a couple of different things. One that works, not on this molding here right now, but on many other smaller ones, is a simple rubber doorstop that's available in home improvement stores. It's nice wedge design, you can slide it in and that adjusts to different heights. That works very well, and you can get 3 of them at Walmart for $1. We've used some cork coasters. That works. Problem is they're a little bit thick and it's hard to get it adjusted just right. I did try to use playing cards once. They work. The problem is they're very slippery and it's a little bit tough to, it's like herding cats here. So the best thing we've found so far is index cards. Simple 3x5 inch index cards. You can get a stack of 100 for 95 cents. Simply adjust them to the height that you need. And then when you join your floater frame or any other frame that is profiled on one side and tends to drop down, you simply support it like this. You always want to start with the outside key here. That'll get the corner together, and then you use the inside key. But you can do this, and here's your floater frame. See, nice and tight all the way across up here. The outside corner is nice and tight, and we have 2 dovetail keys, no cracks, no splits, and you're good to go. So this was joining tall, thin molding with the Hoffmann Dovetail Joining System, again a W-1 router bit, an oversized, and the Hoffmann MU2P pneumatic dovetail routing machine.